of late in life, late in my 20s, got interested in theater. Since I couldn't be a star, I found other ways to take that creative process, theater, and use that in a marketing component. I think it was just dumb luck. I met a couple of other people who had similar ideas. We actually started doing events back in the early 80s before everyone was doing it, where we'd take all of the top films from USC's film festival, the students, and we'd rent a warehouse downtown, and we'd put up these films, and we'd invite people to come down to these, house events, kind of before that really was happening. I think we're one of the first people that said dress for success, actually, on our invite. We had a couple of companies come to us that came to these events and said, wow, this is kind of fun. Why don't you talk to us about something you could do for us? So we did something for the Olympics in LA, and we did something for Missing Children's Foundation. After about 3 events, it's like, well, I guess we should print a card and, make a brochure or something. We were just kind of having fun doing it. I came out of a marriage, kind of hit a midlife crisis, had no idea what I wanted to do. And I actually spent a year in reflective meditation, asking the universe, boy, just bring me what I'm supposed to do. Whatever it is, I'll do it, because I am lost. To be really honest with you, I was pretty lost. Long story short, it ended up taking me to Central Juvenile Hall, and I spent that afternoon meeting all of these young people, hearing their stories of girls who were getting life sentences, tried as adults. This was all new information for me. I mean, I had no reason to kind of know this kind of information, but I was upset, was to put it mildly. And at the end of that day, there was a play that was going up at the chapel, and Sister Janet said, why don't you go in and see that play? And there was one young man who actually was the writer of it, who had just gotten a triple life sentence for a crime he hadn't committed, and he was shipping out the following week to start, his life in a state penitentiary as an adult, and that was the only day that show went up. Mario and I met, and we just really connected. I said, how can I help you? I walked out of that juvenile hall saying, I want to give young people a voice to be heard, and I want to change the juvenile justice system as I know it, having no idea what any of that meant. But I had seen a play there. I had a friend, Tom Kellogg. He taught for several years with us as a co-founder. I felt desperate. I felt like we were out trying to save children. I mean, children were being incarcerated for lifetimes. I had no idea about gang affiliation laws. I had no idea about any of this, but I knew it was wrong. And so I felt this mission to not only give young people a voice to be heard, but also to connect them with folks who need to hear it. We started doing these playwriting shows inside with young people. And at the time, we would get like 50 to 100 people to be able to come to a show. And the words that they would hear and the information they would get from these young people writing in metaphor about their lives, of who they were. I mean, the response so often from people were like, wow, that kid's just like my kid. And that's the power of theater. That's the power of arts. I think after we spent some time inside the facilities, years doing the playwriting, we're discovering that kids are leaving the institution as a high school dropout. There's no GED programs. There's no other opportunities or really a lot of transitional support for them coming out. So that was really our next mission, was how can we get GED testing inside juvenile hall? And that was a battle for 4 years to do that. I remember sitting in juvenile hall, and we had our first GED graduation. And we had a commencement speaker, which was Angel Carry-On. He did the theater program and went, wow, maybe I'm brighter and more together than I think, right? As he takes his bow. And so from there, okay, come on into study hall and get another mentor every week who'll tutor you, and let's do this. And I sat there in the audience as he had his cap and gown and his parents standing up there next to him, giving his speech that he wrote himself. And I thought, wow, we've really done it, haven't we? He went to work in the nonprofit sector. He's a juvenile justice commissioner here in San Francisco. He works with a lot of young people.
Hey guys, my name is Angel Carry-On. I'm the person you guys just witnessed in the video. I met Robin back in 2007 when I was spending a considerable amount of time in the California Youth Authority. Through the art program and through Robin's GED program, I was also able to successfully complete my GED and get into City College. When I got out, Each One Reach One was able to support me through scholarships and was able to provide me with different school supplies while also continuing their mentoring and connecting me with the same mentors that I had while I was inside. I'm coming back to Success Centers to be able to serve as their new program manager for youth workforce, where I'm able to mentor others the same way Robin, Liz, and other community leaders were able to mentor me. Robin, I love you. Congratulations. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me, and I'll love you always. Thank you, Rob. Congratulations and happy retirement.
From there, Harold Atkins, who's amazing, Each One Reach One's program manager for over 11 years, came in and just brought a whole cadre of experience and programming with him. We started doing health programs for young people incarcerated. Wonderful curriculum that Harold created, KISS, Keeping It Safe, and Healthy Choices, gang intervention, HIV, STDs, teen pregnancy prevention. So we just kind of invited a lot of artists to join us, with what they could bring, and, we'd implement those programs. Oh my, Miss Lizzie and I, we've been together a very long time, and she gave us our first government contract when she was the director of programs for San Francisco Juvenile Probation. We started doing playwriting there in San Francisco Juvenile Hall, and from there, we kind of paired up on GED and, had the same visions and the same goals and the same objectives, fighting for the same causes and the same folks.
Before Robin and Each One Reach One came into the fold, you could not even offer GED services inside detention facilities to young people who were under 17 years old. Today you can. We weren't able to test inside detention facilities. Today you can. So not only has Robin created some trailblazing programs, but also legislation that will carry on into perpetuity.
We used storytelling from the very beginning. It was my own story. But I think that was a big part of the contribution that I brought. That maybe someone else wouldn't have brought in the same way, because it was a personal story for me. I didn't have to start this agency, and yet I had to start this agency. Sometimes life in a moment changes, And that day I met Mario, my life changed.
And so I just want to thank Robin for endowing her baby to us. Success Center will continue to support the arts, will continue to support the playwriting programs, will continue to support alternative education into perpetuity.